Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we're going back in time to the 1950s, a decade where cars weren't just transportation, they were a statement. We're talking chrome fins and enough horsepower to make your hair stand on end. These cars weren't just about getting from point A to point B, they were about style, luxury and innovation. From the iconic Chevrolet Bel Air to the luxurious Cadillac Eldorado, the 1950s had it all. So sit back, relax, and let's take a ride through the top cars of the 1950s. You might just feel a little nostalgic for a time when cars were built like tanks and gas cost a quarter a gallon. First up, we have the Chevrolet Bel Air. Now you talk about an American icon. This car was everywhere in the 50s. It was like apple pie and baseball. Everyone loved it. The Bel Air was known for its iconic design. You had those big, beautiful tail fins that just screamed, "Look at me." And the chrome. They didn't spare an inch on the chrome. Bumpers, grills, you name it, it was covered in chrome. But the Bel Air wasn't just a pretty face. Under the hood, you could get some serious power. They offered a range of engines, including a V8 that could really move. And let's not forget about those bench seats. You could fit the whole family in there, no problem. The Bel Air was a car for everyone. It was stylish, affordable, and built to last. No wonder it's still so popular today. Next up, we've got the Ford Thunderbird. Now, this was a car that was in a league of its own. Ford wanted to create a luxury sports car that could compete with the likes of Chevrolet's Corvette, and boy, did they deliver. The Thunderbird, or the T-Bird, as it was affectionately known, was a head-turner from day one. It had this sleek, aerodynamic design that was unlike anything else on the road. It was long, low, and had those iconic porthole windows. Under the hood, you could get a powerful V8 engine that gave it plenty of pep in its step. But unlike some of the other sports cars of the time, the Thunderbird didn't sacrifice comfort for performance. It had a luxurious interior with all the bells and whistles. The Ford Thunderbird was a hit from the get-go. It was the car for the discerning driver who wanted it all performance, style and luxury. Now let's talk about the Cadillac Eldorado. This was the car that screamed, "I've arrived," in the 1950s. When you saw those tail fins longer than a school bus, you knew someone had made it big. The Eldorado was all about luxury and innovation. It had everything you could ever want in a car. Power windows, power seats, power steering, and even power brakes. It was like driving your living room around town. And let's not forget about those tail fins. They were inspired by the tail fins of fighter jets, and they were a symbol of the jet age and the space race that was captivating the country. The Cadillac Eldorado was more than just a car, it was a status symbol. It represented the American dream of success and prosperity. Now, for something a little different, let's talk about the Volkswagen Beetle. This little car from Germany took the world by storm in the 1950s. It was affordable, reliable, and, dare I say, kind of cute. The Beetle was designed to be a people's car, a car that was affordable for everyone, and it was. It was significantly cheaper than most American cars at the time, plus it was incredibly fuel efficient, which was a big deal back then. The Beetle's unique design, with its rounded shape and rear-mounted engine, made it instantly recognizable. It was like nothing else on the road, and despite its small size, the Beetle was surprisingly spacious inside. The Volkswagen Beetle proved that you didn't need a big flashy car to make a statement. It was a car that was all about simplicity, practicality, and affordability. Last but certainly not least, we have the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. This was a car that was ahead of its time in terms of both engineering and design. It was a race car for the road. The 300 SL was known for its advanced engineering. It was one of the first cars to feature a fuel-injected engine, which gave it incredible performance for its time. It could go from 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds, which was blazing fast back in the 50s. But the most striking thing about the 300 SL was its gull-wing doors. These doors opened upwards like the wings of a bird, and they were unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. They were absolutely stunning. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL was a technological tour de force. It was a car that pushed the boundaries of what was possible, and it's still considered to be one of the most beautiful and desirable cars ever made. Well, there you have it, folks. Those are just a few of the top cars that defined the 1950s. From the iconic Chevrolet Bel Air to the luxurious Cadillac Eldorado, these cars were more than just transportation. They were a reflection of American culture and style. Whether you prefer the sleek lines of a Ford Thunderbird or the unique charm of a Volkswagen Beetle, there's no denying that the 1950s was a golden age for automotive design. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more classic car reviews and automotive history. Until next time, keep those engines running. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the top cars of the 1950s. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more automotive history and reviews.